Okay, now it was talking about how they have me, like the horse. They say right here, they say they are dangerous near the family house, and it requires too much labor to watch them away from the house. Above all, you cannot get them to work in the natural states. Wow. I'm kind of like in my natural state of mind, but they didn't get me to work when I was in the courtroom. They didn't say what. But the last time I went, I didn't, I don't know. I never smiled at them, so I don't know. I do try to hide my thoughts from getting on my face, but I think she may have saw some because she wiped the smile off her face and she turned her head, It says, hence both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is breaking them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body, take the mind. Well, they can have my body, but they ain't getting my mind. And it does that is breaking down from one form of mental life to another. It kind of broke my spirit. So now it's like nothing actually interests me anymore. I stopped doing these videos because, it was a lot of reasons why, but it's like, talk. When do we fucking eat? But I probably should have kept talking because now I have too much to say, like I did when I first started talking. When I first started talking, I was black. I had a lot to talk about, and I have a lot to talk about now. In other words, break the will to resist. Wow. Yeah, they broke my will to resist. I didn't stand up and say what I wanted to say so bad way. So, see, I was teaching this to my children, so I know what they are doing. You know what I'm saying? I know what they are doing. See, I resisted this time to stand up and tell them, okay, so now I'm the female. Now you take my youngest female offspring and you do it the same way you do me. You know what that is called when they're playing on the machines and in the programs? It's called trauma-based mind control. Trauma-based mind control. So now I go to court and I see the same thing happening to my youngest female offspring. The same thing happened to me. Except she only has one. But I had a 7-year-old, and right now the prophet is 7. Yakel. Yakel is 7. And she began. Wow, I don't even know how to begin to explain how they have people on the wire, how they have you hooked up to this person and that person and that person. So I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, I'm a thinker. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student. I can give you notes, but I can't teach you because I'm not a teacher. I'm just, we're all programmed. I'm just not programmed to be a teacher, and I really don't care. I had many lives where I had 12 brothers. And all my brothers would do things for me. I mean, they would even clean for me, but when I got old enough, I had to pay all that shit back. I had to begin to make all their clothes. Yeah? But then I had brothers who would make my patterns. They were called tailors. And funny, the first perp came into our life in Florida. Well, he's not the first, but I mean, he was kind of weird because he had the police to come knock on that door any time and all he had to do was call the police and the police come to our house. I was like, goddamn, do y'all work for that nigga? Wow. But his name was Taylor. Yeah. Some of my brothers were tailors. And they would cut things out that are called patterns. Today, I mean, we had the same shit, no difference. A lot of things, no difference. Even technology, no difference. It's just that, even on Atlantis, once the pig man got to hold to the technology, I mean, the same thing is repeating itself. It's like going full circle. Once he got a hold to technology on Atlantis, that's why Atlantis went down. Something gonna happen to this planet too. Something's gonna happen here, and maybe Atlantis will come back up like a fucking seesaw. I don't know, but I know something's going to happen because something has to stop this shit. Something has to stop this shit. And I ain't talking about internet technology. Although this was written in a time that was not internet technology, if you pay attention, it said both in the United States be taught to respond to a particular, which is a liar neo language. So we had to learn to respond to this shit. You must keep your eye on and thoughts on the female and the offspring of the horse and the nigger. So now they keep their eye on us with the satellites and all kind of shit. There's a guy on YouTube. He presents things that others can just come in your house and stick it there, and they can hear every word you say. I mean, he has some of those things. I may show him some other day. But my thing is, he wants to sell you this, and that. Don't sell me this, and that. Stand with me and say, hey, stop this bullshit. Don't try to capitalize on a targeted individual's troubles. You know what I'm saying? That's pink people for you. I mean, they just don't think. And melanated men, they don't think that well either anymore. Because, we had to learn the language. They had to pit us against each other. Now they want to concentrate on future generations. So concentrate. Remember I said to the cunningness? The word cent, that's the money. It is a rat. Now they want to eat, E-A-T or A-T-E. Is it that we are eatable or eatable? It's eatable. So now even our future generations are eatable. See? And there's the word gene. See? That's our gene. They use this word because they know they're fucking with our genes. And they use this word because they can get 33. And also 10. Like Washington, it's not even belong to America, it belongs to the Queen of England, So they use this word, see, because they are what? They are rats. And the word rat in Hebrew means no good government, which means men who go over other men and fuck around in their genes. So now they want to hold Yakel captive. Because of some little funky ass piece of damn paper we all signed it, didn't even know we were fucking signing it. However, my son, although he has a caveman baby, she's a caveman to me. She looks just like a caveman. I mean, the blonde hair, the eyes, the pink skin. She looks just like a caveman. I had to go to walk outside in the summertime with that nasty looking legs and no shoes or feet. You caveman walking on hard shit, motherfucker. I swear he had to go to have a baby by her. I wanted, what? Back in my day, like the where I come from. Put like this, where I come from. I quantum leaped into this body. Something happened. I got here on this dumbass planet, and I quantum leaped into this damn body. But where I come from, if my son would have done that, we would cut his motherfucking dick off. Cause then he would have a dick. It would not be what we call a tree. A tree, it plants roots. It plants roots where in human nature? A caveman is not human nature. I will be able to cut it off. And you can cut that off and you can stay your ass with her forever. We don't give a fuck. Or you can let her and that little mutant ass child get the fuck away from here. They don't gotta go home. Back to the caves. But they gotta get the fuck away from here. And then there were those who did not like our culture here and disseminated well. They don't like our culture because they know they are not fucking allowed in our culture. Why? Because you do some stupid shit like this. You come up with a wILLy lynch letter and that's what you live by. Concentrate on future generations, and I said, let's call them trauma-based mind control. I'm going to get into that too. Therefore, if you break the female, what? Ima. See, I'm not a mother. See, they want to call us a mutt and a her at the same time because this word is for them, not us. This word is for them, not us. We are Imas, it is Mayats, I guess. I may be pronouncing it wrong. But the Moors, they pronounce it, we are Ishtar. We could be Isis, but where I come from, ISIS is something you use like when you're making union. It's like male and female. So it's male and female. But here, you guys have it as a female, It can be Ishtar, it can even be Pandora. But it will never be this. Never. Where I come from, see this language that I'm supposed to respond to? Are you fucking nuts? I responded to it until you did some stupid shit to me. Well, you had never taken my children. You should have just let me live in La La Land. Of course, I would have in my mind been sovereign, so me and my children would have had our own land, our own businesses. Yeah, we worked hard for that shit. And you just came along and took it. You just came along and took it like you just a big man on campus. You the head nigga in charge. You just can do whatever the fuck you want to do because you got motherfucking uranium and chemical fucking bombs and shit. And you have people to make your big ass planes and fly your big ass planes and drop your big ass bombs. Nasty bastard. Coming around me with all your motherfucking guns and shit. I was in courtroom. They took everybody out. Because they did not want no one to know the sovereign law. They did not know that the sovereign law was also the Moorish law. Not until years later. And when I found out it was the Moorish law, then I found out, oh, I see. They have all these codes and shit. See, sovereign law don't have codes. A sovereign law is a culture. It's not even something that's written on paper. It's something written in you, wherever your culture is. But see, these caveman motherfuckers, their cultures is to destroy. Let's get in their head. I have discovered, let me find that shit again. I just got to find that shit. What the shit these bitches discovered. For fear that our future generations may not understand the principle of breaking both the beasts together, or it must be up higher. But anyway, he said that, and he figured out, this one from that one. That was like, who the fuck would do some shit like that? Okay, I didn't find it, and then I just will float somewhere else, especially when I saw Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass, Let's Make a Slave, is a study of the scientific process of man breaking and slave making. It describes the rational result of the Anglo-Saxons. Long time ago, we were Anglo-Saxons, long time ago. The Moors, we were the Anglo-Saxon, we were the white man. Because this is some form of a status. It says ID, see, ideals. The ID is some form of a status. And then, the pig man, he took it over. And, he brainwashed us. And now everything's upside down. So now we think he's Anglo-Saxon. We think he is the white man. But actually, it's us. And Douglas, I'm going to break that down too. If I don't get to it today, I will break it down soon. Because this is Jenkins' middle name also. The original and development of a social being called the Negro. Let us make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigger man, a pregnant nigger woman, and her baby nigger boy. Second, we will use the same basic principles that we use in breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. what we do with horses is that we break down from one form of life to another. That is, we reduce them from their natural state in nature. How do they do that? By taking your children, and then they take the babies from the horse, and then they break the baby down. If you cannot break down the parents will die later, but you have broken down the child, so it makes it easier to break down the next generation. Whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity, internet technology also to be in captivity in your own city under internet technology to take care of their offspring. We break that natural string. They break the natural string of independence from them and thereby create a decency status so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure. The business is pleasure is taking us to their fucking courts. They get paid for it, don't they? And do you know anyone in the court system that has a black robe? They are considered the black robe coat and that goes into the Illuminati and everyone else. And this is what they have done to me. They've broken me down. And so I just sit in this room, and I just decided to do this. And when I was talking to my son, and I told him the only way I can, stop being so like doom and gloom every day. I don't even do my crafting anymore. I just look at it and be like, psh, Sometimes I just want to get up and throw it in the trash, but I don't, because I don't know if that's my full thought or not right now, So I'm not going to operate on what I call a half thought. But yeah, I started turning it off when they choke me. And I know that they made me call, so I forget my thought. Because I really did forget my thought. I know I'm talking about how they have broken me down. And here it says the original and development of what? CIA being called the Negro. So now, the original and development of a social being called the Negro. So now we become a social being? Well, that's still not a nationality though, huh? So now we are a CIA being called. And then the word called is all of us are CIA beings. And there was somewhere I had read too, right here, inserting. See, methods of inserting. There's the word ring. And masters and slaves. Will you get a ringing in your ear sometime? And Frederick Douglass. Okay, right here. It says dependency status, United States. And what do they take from us? They have already taken away our dependence, right? They create a dependency status for us so that we may be able to get from them. And this is United States talking. You see the U.S. production for our United States businesses and pleasure. Here you have USA. That's who's doing us like that. See, they do us like that here in the USA, but actually the Queen of England, she actually holds our birth certificate, And because we sign a birth certificate now, we have to go and get an affidavit and do this and do that instead of, this us coming together and saying, hey, just let us go. Don't come shooting us and don't come bombing us and don't come burning our shit down and running us out of town. I had just found out about I talked to a brother up in LA, and he was telling me about I think it's Birmingham, South Carolina. I'm gonna talk about that too. I told you it's a lot of shit I want to talk about. And I think it was in like 1896 or 1918. Well, anyway, I'm going to talk about that. I didn't know anything about it. And that was before so-called Black Wall Street. Yeah. Well, I have a lot to carry. When I was younger, there's a scripture that say, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for my yoke is light," or some shit like that. Shit, this yoke around my neck, this shit ain't light. I mean, it may be so light that no one else can see it, but it's heavy to carry it around. And to go in front of the judge and she's smiling in my face as though I'm her friend. Bitch, I am not your friend. I'm going to give me some t-shirts that say, "Bitch, I ain't friendly." Because really, I'm not. I mean, I'm cordial if I want to be. And I'm kind when I want to be. But I'm not friendly. I learned. You get a fucking friend, them motherfuckers will fry your ass to the end. And I knew that as a child, to know that how to even spell it. Because that I and that E is right next together. So I had to find ways to learn how to spell with these damn vowels. And it's fry and end. That's how you spell friend. They are dangerous near the family. Well, so let me see. This is 21 minutes in, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to connect something, like the damn. Well, I'm going to come back. You'll see what I'm going to connect. Shit, talk a lot about.